Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where it has been like an hour since I recorded the last episode because we were having some major wheel twitching issues with the mining base, and it was like completely spazzing out. Like the physics were completely broken. In fact, in order to get things back to where they needed to be, I needed to use the object thrower. I needed to decouple them because it was only happening when it was decoupled, but it was happening so quickly that I couldn't prevent it from happening. So I also had to turn on unbreakable joints and no crash damage, and I had infinite electricity on just for those purposes. We also ended up losing this solar panel along the way. It just fell off, even though we had unbreakable joints on. So, yeah. And we can see that this guy's still moving a little bit. So that was highly exciting. And by highly exciting, I mean very, very frustrating. So, I am... Oh, hang on. I'm going to turn the brakes on again. Is this on SAS only? Indeed it is. Okay. So, I'm going to quick save. And these are supposed to be docked up already, but they're not docked up. Now, I had to do a lot of things to try to get them to be settled. So I'm hoping that if we redock under the new patch, I'm hoping that that'll do the trick. And that it won't spaz out anymore. They may both spaz out, which was why I quick saved. But it's drifting across the landscape a little bit here. And it's actually resting quite a lot lower than we are, despite the fact that we are at 0 target extension. Why are these up so far? They weren't before, were they? I guess that explains a lot. I can't even right-click them. Okay, I can here. Oh wait, this is ours. No, we want this one. I can't even right-click it. I guess maybe I have to switch to it? Yeah, okay. Let's just bring that to there. And then we'll switch back to this guy. And we'll just back off of this if we can. Just ever so gently. There we go. Okay. Now we'll switch back to this guy. Lower the target extension ever so much. Down to there. Because this should have exactly the same setup as this. Okay, there we go. And yeah, look at this. They both immediately start spazzing. So we are going... Oof. I'm just going to reload that quick save. And we're going to have to leave these, for the time being anyway, undocked. Wait. What? Why did it load quick save here? I quick saved. I know for a fact I quick saved. This is year 9, day 201. Uh-huh. Okay. So apparently it didn't quick save. What did it end up destroying there? I'm a bit unclear on that, but let's undock this. Whoa! Okay. Okay. I did quick save, didn't I? I'm sure I did when all of them were set up correctly. Year 9, day 200. Did it just overwrite it with something else? Well, let's go ahead and do this quick. And I'm going to turn unbreakable joints back on, actually. Because this is all a bug. So let's go ahead and go in here. Unbreakable joints, no crash damage. Because this is all 100% a bug. And I'm just going to try to get this set up. And we're not going to be able to hook them up because of this bug. There's no doubt about that. So let's fly this guy, I guess. See where we are. Wait, where? What is... Where are we? I'm really confused. I think the game is just totally broken. The base is gone. That's debris, debris, debris. I'm assuming this is Verkle survived somehow? That's the experiment control station there. The base is just gone. Let's try reloading the quick save. This is completely broken. Completely and utterly broken. Okay, it's back. We'll undock that. So this is going to fall over. That's okay. Okay, so we can't dock anything up, it would appear, without everything just completely breaking. So here's our habitation module. So what do we need for the contract? Obviously, we're not going to be able to complete the contract automatically. We're going to have to manually do this because this is completely bugged out. So we need to acquire 450 units of fresh ore. So we can store up to 600 here. And it appears to have forgotten that it was mining previously. So we'll start those. Oops, I did not mean to retract that drill. So we're going to have to just put the parts here, and then cheat it together, and then do the contract that way, because it's just completely broken. I hope the Minmus base isn't like this. I suppose we could go check it out. But let's see. As far as the moon base goes, we do, now that this is here, have a facility supporting at least 10 Kerbals. So that's a check. 2,000 units of ore in our outpost. We can only have 600 here. But we are going to send the transport that can carry back 450 units. Okay, so I'm going to save this at this point. Okay. These two, like, all of these are docked up if the game was working properly. So all three of these are docked up in terms of the internal game logic here. Let's head back to the Space Center, and we'll see if it's completely broken at the Minmus base. And if it is, I don't know what I'm going to do with this playthrough. I mean, I might go back to the previous version. I don't know if I can at this point. Saves may have been overwritten. But let's check out what's going on at Locust Base. If that is glitching around too, then we've got a problem. So let's see what's going on here. Oh boy, it's glitching around too. Wonderful. Okay. So we can't dock up things with wheels. Let's jump back to the Kerbal Space Center. I'm going to reload the quick save, because I don't want the base to be in this state. And I'm just not going to load that base until maybe they have a few more days to put in patches or something, because this is fundamentally broken. So let's go into the Space Center and do a little bit of testing here. I want to find out if just regular wheels, rather than the telescoping wheels that we're using, end up also breaking. Because if that's the case, then this is a big problem. If not, we can move away from what we've got, which I was already planning on doing. So let's just bring up the essentially generic module, like this. Now this, we know for a fact, is guaranteed to break. Right? Or do we? If we launch a new one on this patch, what happens? So it should work absolutely fine until we dock it up. So I'm just going to run it down the launch pad a little bit. Come on. Whoa, that's a lot of torque. That is a whole lot of torque. Also, our weight distribution, real awkward. Yeah, that's to be expected. Absolutely to be expected. Okay, can we get this thing back upright? No? Okay, I'm just going to revert that back to launch then. And I just want to test to see if a new vehicle launched would get us what we need. Oh, and I want this to be on SAS only. There we go. Same with this. SAS only. Oof. This thing is too light. I actually can't get it down the ramp. Or is it just that the center of gravity is too high? We could try adjusting the center of gravity. Let me revert that back to launch. Come on. We'll just set our target extensions to 0. Lower our center of gravity. Ditch the sky crane. And off we go. Okay. That definitely works better. Turn on the brakes action group. That was a bit sudden. But just come on down to about right here. Okay. Now we'll launch another. And we'll dock them up. And we'll just see if launching them under this patch fixes the issue. If it does, what do I do about it? Do I just cheat the modules to Minmus? Maybe. We'll see. If this doesn't work, then we have a fundamental issue with the patch. And I'll have to see about rolling back the patch back to the previous one, which is unfortunate because there are some great changes in this patch, but this is fundamentally broken if this test doesn't end up working. So, I mean, we can finish off our moon mission to some degree, right? That's a thing that we could do. So I'll just do that. Decouple off our sky crane, and off we go. And we'll see how this ends up working. If indeed this ends up working. Set this docking port as our target. And in we go. That was maybe a little fast. I'm not used to the lack of weight that this thing has. There we go. Well, that seems to work fine. That works absolutely fine. So I guess the question then becomes, why does this work here, but it doesn't elsewhere? I have to assume it's because we launched these under this patch, and they must have changed some physics. We can test this. I'm going to recover this, and I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in here. And next episode, we are going to build a craft that is going to test this, at least to some degree. And we are going to take it to Moon. And we're going to finish our mining there, and we're going to bring the ore back as requested for the contract. We're going to complete that contract. And then if this does end up working out, where we're able to do this to some degree. Like, this is going to be really weird, but yeah, I'm going to put a cut in here, and next episode, we'll start working on the design work for that. Subscribe for more, hopefully, and I'll see you all next time, where hopefully things will go a little more smoothly.